There's at least one man holding the line against insanity. He lives deep in Mississippi, and his name is Buddy Brown.
What's going on, y'all? First order of business. I got 2 flags that are coming to y'all. We'll just make this my favorite 2 comments on this video right here. The good old Gadsden flag, and of course the good old red, white, and blue. And they're being retired and put out of commission, but they're gonna come to y'all. I also want to thank you for the wedding ring advice. I'm getting it stretched as we speak. Took it to the first place, they said it's going to be 2 weeks. Took it to the second place, they said going to be 2 weeks. I started feeling like George Clooney and Oh Brother, We're Out There. Ain't this place a geographical oddity? 2 weeks from everywhere. But here I want to ask y'all a question. Do you know the difference between a feminist and a knife? At least a knife has a point. So there's this new movement called the Passport Bros. I want to talk about it this morning because it's a new trend that is going around with American men because they're so fed up with the feminists that are here that they're actually jumping ship and running over to other countries to find traditional women. And the best part is, drum roll, liberal women absolutely hate it. This is what intrigues me though. It's actually the opposite of the mail order bride because these men are flying over to these other countries to go meet these women, which gets pretty expensive, but it also gets the job done. Now I know what everybody's saying. You live in the deep south, that's like the honeypot. Shh, don't tell nobody. I don't want these New York City boys coming down to Mississippi and messing with our southern women. But look, here's how it happens. A lot of these guys are getting jobs in remote countries, right? And while they're there, they're able to actually meet these women. And it gets funny because the American women who are really woke are getting really pissed off about it. They make up all these lies about how these women over there can't even speak English and how these women over there are just trashy and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden you see a video of these chicks and you're like, they speak better English than a lot of y'all do. And they're elegant and they hold themselves very, very well. And these hags watching The View absolutely hate it. They can't stand it, which is just hilarious. Now, I want to give y'all just a little bit of a disclaimer right here, okay? If you're fat and broke, men, this is not something where we're going to do like 90 Day Fiancé here. You got to be in shape. You got to have your act together. This kind of woman, if you're fat and broke and you got a credit score of like 425, she ain't marrying you for love. She marrying you for that green card, boy. What I'm saying is, if you want a woman who's worthwhile, I feel like you got to be a man who's worthwhile. It takes a whole lot more than that exchange rate. A passport bro, to me, is usually a guy who's got his act together. And I'm trying to figure out how to guide my own 2 boys once they get to be marrying age, which is only about 10 years from now, on how to find these girls, because here's the deal. There's a big study that's come out with high school senior boys in America right now, and they're all trending big time conservative. Same study, high school girls, senior in high school, trending big time liberal. They're gonna see eye to eye on nothing. Fast forward 10, 15 years, there's gonna be a big problem, y'all. The birth rate's already low. Thank God for Southern girls, otherwise I'm gonna have to take my boys over to meet some nice Slavic girl in 2032 in the summertime and bring her on back. But all jokes aside, I got a really good friend you could probably consider the original passport bro. He was in the Army. And this would be like early 2000s, so figure Iraqi, Afghanistan timeline. Girl he was dating was his high school sweetheart back here in America, and she cheats on him, gets pregnant by another guy, right? After his tour was over, he ends up in like Brazil or Peru for some time. He meets this girl who's just the love of his life. They've been married 17 years now. And they were going about this whole thing, and one night he was actually telling her the story about what happened with his ex. He got pregnant by another guy. She grabbed her face and just started crying as if it happened to her. She took it so personally. She said, no matter how long you were ever gone, I would never do something like that to you. Now, whether you believe that or not, fellas, this chick he believed was absolutely genuine. And like I said, they've been married for so many years now that obviously she was. But the reasons to join the military keep on expanding, boys. Look, I'm lucky as hell that I married a wife who is not only traditional, but strong as hell. If you meet my wife, you know she fits both of those. They don't make them like that anymore. But I do think what's so great about the American spirit is if it's missing here at home, we can go bring better Americans in to fill their spots. Amen? I mean, unfortunately, we can't kick the woke ones out of here. But here's the reality of the Passport Bros movement, okay? Men with their act together can go overseas instantly. When they hate feminism, they can go overseas and find a traditional wife, but there ain't no way in hell a feminist from America could ever go outside this country and ever get a man to put up with half of her BS and support her on top of that. You know what I mean? And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why liberal women absolutely hate the Passport Bros movement. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. It takes 6 men to carry a man as pallbearers to his grave. It takes 1 woman to put him there. So choose wisely.